Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. I've got my warm coat on. We're going to go out in the garden and do a sort of look around following the weekend with Hannah, having a bit of a tidy up. Now for those that are interested, I'm going to put an info card up with the last update that I did before any tidying was actually done. Now for those of you who don't know about info cards, they appear in the top right hand corner with a little eye in a circle, and if you get anywhere near them they've usually got a little bit of text. Mine do anyway. But what I will say is not all devices can see them, and certainly not all devices can actually use them because they're a screen activated function. So on a phone you would have to tap it with your finger to get it to work. On a laptop or anything like that you would click on it with your mouse. However, something like a TV, it's not going to work because it's a screen activated function. The same as on a TV, you know, you can't leave comments and you can't see descriptions. You just get a nice big sharp picture, which is why people watch YouTube on big TVs. But you don't get the functionality, obviously. So that info card with the last walk around the garden before the tidy up is coming up top right hand corner now. Right, so if you've been away and watched that video, welcome back. If you haven't been away, then this is a continuation. So we'll go out in the garden, we'll do our usual walk around, which is sort of left and round and back round, that sort of thing. And I'm hoping to get this done before it rains, because there is rain due, although at the moment it doesn't look like it. Right, most of the tidying up we done was leaves. Now we didn't get all of them because we just used the rake and a quick sort of sweep round. It will need another go, but we have got rid of a lot of leaves. I did a video tidying those up. They look a lot neater now with all the brown bits cut off. The first shrub that will be in bloom will be the camellia. And if you look, let's go round, notice buds are swelling on here. So there are signs of spring swing. And what I have just... Oh, it's not what I thought it was. Yes, it is. Down in here. That is the start of a... what are they called? Hyacinth, which comes up each year from buried down in the ivy. I didn't plant that. And there should be some daffodils coming up in here soon. But yes, it's good to see the buds swelling in places. But if I can get in here, you notice there's a lot less leaves. I did pick up an awful lot of the leaves. Can't get them all, but you know, at least things can see the light of day now, which means they should grow on better. If I can get in here, the camellia buds are coming on quite nicely now. Some are actually starting to swell up, looking as though they're going to open soon. So there's an awful lot of buds on this one. Now in this corner there are some bulbs, but I forget what they are. I'm reasonably certain I put some bluebells in here, but I've never had bluebell flowers. But they came from Carol, and they got planted immediately prior to a heat wave, so I don't know whether they took or not. So we will have to wait and see what comes up. But I think there was bluebells and crocuses, I think, were put in that corner behind where Elvis is. We've got a mass of forget-me-nots in this area. All the seedlings have pushed on, and the original 2 clumps. That's going to be a mass of pale blue flowers when they bloom. That's going to be gorgeous. And as you can see a lot of the gravel now where we picked up an awful lot of the leaves. We didn't do anything over there, but what I will do is just pop round there. Now this is the camellia that we found buried in the bamboo. This shrub was completely lost. I didn't know I had it. and having opened it out at the beginning of last year or the end of the previous year, it's managed to get some daylight, and it's now got a lot of buds on. They're mainly single buds on the ends of the growths. Those are the culprits of all the noise, sat up on the roof there, got nothing better to do. But this camellia seems to be just a few buds. But then if you look at this shoot up here, whoops, there's quite a few buds on that one, and this one's a nice red, so that'll be good. Nothing else around this bit. And then round here, all the dead sticks and old growth and stuff like that was pulled off of the tubs, so they look a bit tidier. We've got to get this grass out because it's starting to spread too much. I left a little tuft of grass there for Mojo to chew on. And we'll have a lawn if we don't deal with it soon. No, that's going to have to come right out. We will have a lovely mass of, what is this stuff called? Red something. Campion? Oh, I forget. I'm not very good with plant names, sorry about that. But having got the dead sticks off, look at the new growth in here. So that's the sedum, so I do know what that is. Nothing was done up in that corner because nothing needed doing now. The lavender got cut back and the old seed heads got taken off the perpetual wallflower, that one is. We don't know what this is, but Carol said I should get it out because the heleniums live in there. They should, hopefully they will come back again. I mean, they've died right back to nothing, so hopefully they will come back. We've still got the buddleias to trim, but the jobs that have been left are ones that I can do on my own and I don't really need the help with. And cutting these back hard this year is something I can do myself because it's basically mainly standing up. I can get my bag holder, which comes up to waist height, and just snip long bits off and cut them into pieces directly into the bag. So that's good. This one I'll need doing as well. In fact, there's two different types in there. Again, it was just trying to get some of the leaves out. Didn't succeed that well. Got some good clumps of primroses now in the garden. You think, I've never had primroses in a garden before. Now I've got loads. Round here, the planted border, the cutting the sticks down and everything, I'd already filmed that, but did get a few more leaves off of here, and got a lot of the leaves off the patio. Cleared out this corner, all the bags from the previous time and the bags from this time got taken round the front, ready to go in the car for recycling. So it always looks a lot bigger when you clear up the leaves. The patio and everything just looks a lot bigger. And then I've cut the old leaves off of the hellebores, the things I couldn't remember the name of, but Carol said if you cut the old leaves off, you'll be able to see the flowers. How right she was. So the new growths and the flowers are starting. There doesn't seem to be as many plants as I had last year, which might mean I've lost some. We did get a lot of heat waves. It looks like we're going to have some flowers on the elephant's ears. That'll be a first. The ferns will all come back. They'll be back in the not too distant future. We've got these showing through. Bulbs. We've got bulbs here. Those will be daffodils, no doubt. And then that clump of bulbs there, I believe, is the Spanish bluebells. Not proper bluebells, not in this country. Got a nice clump of snowdrops there, which we can see. And in front of the snowdrops, I think those are daffodils, miniature daffodils as well. Got that little primula. Seems to be getting more and more flowers as the days go on. Again, primroses. Not sure what those are. I think they're daffodils. And most of what was planted in that area there has disappeared completely. Nothing seems to have survived that area. Now I don't know why. Maybe there was something bad in the soil or something or other, I don't know. But we've got some more daffodils coming up there. And that bush there, the one that has the late flowers in the autumn that the bees really like, that's had a real good hack. You can still see the residual flowers on the end there. I couldn't reach in there without treading on the bulb, so that bit got left. So that's really what we've done. It's just a general tidy round. And the next bit of tidying will be to cut the 2 lots of buddleia back, and the Himalayan honeysuckle, that one is, in that other tub there. And then as soon as we see some new growth coming from the base of the fuchsia, that's going to be dug out, and that's going to go in that blue pot over there, so that it takes over too much of that border. You know, this border's for perennials and the ferns and things like that. It's not really meant to be for a huge shrub, because that's what it grows into. So it's going to come out and go in a tub and be kept a bit smaller, like a bush. And we cut back all the herbs in there as well, so they'll grow soon. So there we go, that's what we got up to. Mainly clearing up leaves. But as I said, we only used the rake and just got gently over the surface of the plants in here so as not to dig them up and rake them out of the ground. So obviously there's still some left. But they will gradually die down, and as we get windy days and things and it's dry, they'll get picked up and blown into the edges. So the rest will sort themselves out eventually. So that's what we got up to, and we've still got that large hedge to do. It's evergreen, so it can be done any time, but it is a big job because it means getting the really heavy long reach hedge trimmer. You know, the trouble with it is the motor is on the end with the hedge trimmer bit, so it's very, very top heavy basically, and it's very clumsy to use. But because that's all new growth, it should just whiz along there quite quickly, and that might be done next time Hannah's down. We'll have a see. And while that big hedge trimmer's out, we'll have a go at the bamboo as well. We'll just run it up the front to push it back and just shape the top. So we'll have a go at that. Maybe. We'll see. Depends how much energy there is. Next time Hannah's down is the Bournemouth Orchid Society's spring show on the Saturday, so we'll be out all day, and then we might get some stuff done on the Sunday. So there we go, that's what we got up to. And in the very near future, probably in February, work will start on the bonsai. We've got this, absolutely has to be repotted, my Deshojo, that's an absolute must, and some of the others will need repotting as well. I don't think there's a lot of trimming to do as such. I've got some wiring to do on some of the conifers. We'll see how we go, but we've definitely got some repotting to do. That one has missed 2 years on the trot, and I just keep my eye on it, waiting for the buds to push, and as soon as the buds start to push, then that will get repotted. It's going in a totally different type of pot this time round, and then we'll have a look at what else needs doing as well. These two maples don't actually need repotting this year. They're okay in the pots they're in. This needs to go in a bonsai pot. Well, it needs to come out and check that it's got a good root system, and if it has, it can go in a bonsai pot. That's a Trident maple, and then which was an air layer off of here, and then those 3 Trident maples, I'm still not quite sure what I'm going to do with them. They were originally planted like that to fuse together and become a triple trunk, but in a line like that they were never going to look that good. If it's going to be a triple trunk, one of them needs to come here to form a triangle. But but it's years before that looks good, you know, a fused trunk like that. And I'm getting too old to be messing about with long-term projects, so not sure what I'm going to do with those yet. We shall see. But this one, once it's got into a bonsai pot and got round at the right angle, it's going to be quite a nice trident maple, I think. So we shall see. So there we go. We got blackbirds, we got robins, and we got noisy seagulls every now and again. But I really like my robin. He's very friendly. Not as friendly as the one that was here last winter, but yeah, he's always around. Usually has a sing. Yeah, he's flitting about. I can't focus on something moving that quick. There we go then. And where's he gone? Oh, completely gone now. Right, so I'll see you next time. As I say, we've got more work to do, but as long as I'm doing a bit at a time, in small amounts, I can plod away at this and keep on top of this garden now. The biggest jobs have all been finished with, and it's just a matter of staying on top of the workload. And when we start getting the warmer weather and the sun gets back in the garden, we can start sitting on the bench and enjoying an afternoon in the sun, which is one of the main reasons for having a nice garden, is to be able to sit out in it and enjoy it. Watch the bees and hopefully the butterflies this year. They had a bad year last year. Hopefully better this time round. So there we go. I'll see you next time.